Hi everybody, welcome to The Better Man. It's me, Thong, your host for today. I'll be talking about ways to get a good smartphone for cheap here in Singapore. So as you know, prices of high-end smartphones have increased dramatically over the years. An iPhone 4 released in 2010 ran for $788, while an iPhone XS released last year ran for $1,649. This is from the hardware zone. So clearly there is too much for a broke guy like me. I'm just broke. But does that mean that I'll be stuck with a crappy phone? No way. Alright? Thankfully, Chinese companies, have come up with phones which are affordable and offers premium features at a fraction of the price. There are many Chinese companies selling smartphones online, but I'll stick to the more reputable ones like Xiaomi or OnePlus. Even so, a brand new flagship from Xiaomi, the Mi 9, runs for $600 online. That is still too expensive for me. However, if we buy last year's flagship, prices would have depreciated greatly. Generally, the price of a good depreciates the greatest the first few years before it stagnates. However, you don't want a flagship from a few years back, as you may not keep up with the latest games and applications. It's a balance between age and price. Hence I went with the 2018 flagship from Xiaomi, the Mi 8. Before starting the review, it's important that we define the 6 pillars of a good smartphone: camera, display, battery life, performance, design, and software. So your choice of smartphone may take all, if not most, of these boxes. You have to evaluate which of these you prioritize over the other. Firstly, for camera, the Mi 8 is paired with a 12 megapixel back camera with optical image stabilization. This means videos recorded on it will be smooth and without as much handshake. Pictures at night will have much less noise too. Here are some pictures taken around my neighborhood. Generally, pictures have higher contrast than normal. I got to say, colors pop. Dynamic range is awesome. It's able to capture the details and the shadows and not blow out the highlights. Pictures have succinct sharpness. This is the picture from a telephoto lens. At night, in a distantly lit environment, pictures appear softer than usual, even on night mode. As a result of long exposure, there is quite a lot of flaring from image sources and motion blur. Dynamic range is also reduced, contrast is lower. Even so, it edges out other flagships. A 20 megapixel camera flanks the front of the phone. Pictures in the day have great sharpness. Colors appear natural. At night, however, images are soft and flaring, but still very usable. The display window to all the media and content on your phone. Hence, it is very important that it is a nice, bright, colorful display even when outdoors. Okay, especially when outdoors. An OLED display will be ideal, because usually LCD displays, they don't flare as well compared to an OLED when you're outdoors. Colors on the Mi 8 pop nicely with deep blacks. On a notched 6.2-inch AMOLED display, texts are sharp and crisp. The lower resolution helps to improve battery life. In general, as long as it is a bright and vibrant 1080p display, it will suffice most media needs. Video angles are great, color looks good even at awkward angles, so I'll say that's a very good display from Xiaomi right there. Battery life. The screen on time is around 5 hours on high usage with mobile data on or Wi-Fi on. I'm mostly either looking or scrolling through Reddit or looking at videos on YouTube. So it is a very respectable battery life for a 3400 mAh battery. Next, performance. It's a flagship after all, so I expect very good performance for day-to-day tasks and games. PUBG at a higher setting? Check. Call of Duty? Check. However, I do notice some stuttering occasionally, but that's an issue with the software which I hope Xiaomi will fix in the future. Next up, design. This is up to your personal preference. Some people prefer the plastic phone, but I'm definitely a metal and glass kind of person. My Mi 8 achieves that, and as a bonus, it is very sleek, very thin. However, if it is very slippery, I will either put a case or a skin on top of it, or both. Software. This is again up to your preference. Some prefer the customizability of Xiaomi software, but I prefer the no-frills vanilla Android version from Google, which looks cleaner and performs better. This is a compromise which I made unfortunately. The newer version of Xiaomi software certainly looks better, but it is nothing like vanilla Android. So vanilla Androids are like the Pixels and the OnePlus, very close to stock Android. Whereas other manufacturers, they usually have a skin on top of their phones, where they try to differentiate their phones. However, I think I would still prefer a stock vanilla Android phone. Bonus. These are features which I don't deem as a deal breaker, but the Mi 8 has a fast fingerprint sensor and an IR camera for face detection. It even works at night. However, the Mi 8 does not have a headphone jack. These are things that you have to evaluate if you think it's worth it. For me, I see wireless headphones as the way to go, so I don't really mind. In conclusion, we shouldn't and don't need to pay a premium to have a good smartphone experience. Basic understanding of economics will really help you to stretch your dollar and get a very similar premium smartphone experience at a fraction of the cost. My Mi 8 costs around Sing dollar 300 or USD 220, which is around the price of a new mid-range smartphone. However, my Mi 8 wins in every aspect hands down, except maybe for battery life, because it's a little old. However, this is not a definitive guide to what phone you should get, but a guide for you to further explore the other options out there so you can really maximize your hard-earned money. As a bonus, I would also advise all my Singaporean viewers out there to not be bogged down by the contract plans offered by the different telcos. Instead, I will recommend everyone to opt for a SIM-only plan and then buy a used smartphone from Carousel or from other online markets. Because if you divide the cost, it's actually more worth it. Personally, I'm using the SIM-only plan by M1, which and I get 30 gigabytes of data, 1,000 minutes phone call, and 1,000 SMS every month for $25. No phone. And because of the phone that I bought, the Mi 8, that is about $300. So if you divide $300 over the same period, 24 months, per month, I'm actually paying about $12.50 for my Mi 8. And if you add that to the price of my plan, which is $25, it's a grand total of $37.50. $37.50 for 30 gigabytes of data. That's ridiculous, and that is something that no other contract can offer you at this price point. So if you're a very price conscious user, and the consumer would therefore suggest you to go this route instead of the conventional contract phones, because this is way more economical and you get to use it. You get to have more data, and you can enjoy your YouTube, your Netflix, and your games without worry of exceeding your data cap every month. So I hope this video has helped many people like you, and especially the NSFs out there, because I myself am an NSF and I really struggle with my finances every month because the army doesn't pay us enough. But I'm sure that with some financial knowledge, we can help each other and stretch our dollar. So I just want to really thank you for staying with me to the end of the video. Don't forget to smash the like button and to comment down below. And this is my first ever video, so thank you so much for staying true with me.